What's up, everybody? Mike here, head trader at True Trading Group. It's January 7th. This video, we're going to talk about how to trade off of daily support levels. That's what we're going to be getting into in this video. All right. Today, I actually had a really big watch list coming into the day, and I ended up having to exercise a lot of discipline today. Today was kind of a sit on your hands day, and not continue to try to force, a square peg inside of a round hole, because coming into the day, there was a lot of variety on the watch list. There were small caps, there was mid caps, there were large caps. I had a very big watch list coming into the day. So I had to really make a decision off the bell. Where did I want to focus my attention? Am I going to focus my attention? Because I didn't want to try to follow 7, 8 different stocks all at once right off the bell. I usually try to pick like 2 or 3 that I like the best, follow them off the bell, and if they don't pan out, then I'll go down to the next tier of like 4 other stocks. And it turns out I made the wrong decision because I decided to focus on the small caps first. Small caps traded terrible today. A lot of one and done type moves, meaning the stock would like make a move, break through the high, take it right back, and then just go to sleep for the rest of the day. Very poor action in small caps today. A lot of failed breakouts, a lot of failed patterns, a lot of failed setups, but there was really good action in some of the mid and large cap names that were on our watch list today. So while I had to exercise discipline with the small caps and not force the trades that weren't there, it caused me to miss really, really, really good trades in Tesla and APA. And it sucks. Both of these stocks did exactly what we talked about in the pre-market game plan, exactly what was on our watch list. The game plans worked perfectly. I've recently made a video that talks about game planning and how to game plan and how I come up with these levels. But now I'm going to explain to you how to actually trade off of those daily support levels and what you can look for to give you confidence in those levels intraday. So we're going to discuss using intraday charts and intraday indicators, intraday signals to give you confirmation on a support level that you see on the daily chart, because that's exactly what happened in Tesla and APA today. Excuse me. So that's what we're going to discuss. Before I get into that, guys, I'm going to keep reminding you, okay? I'm going to keep reminding you because I did this over the holidays, and then I still had a bunch of people that sent me messages about sales, discounts, and offers. We have a 20% discount that is valid until Friday, January 10th. So if you guys want to join True Trading Group, trade with me, the rest of the gang, get all of my courses, all of our resources. It's an all-inclusive membership. There's no upsells whatsoever. Use coupon code SAVE20. Click the link in the description below and use coupon code SAVE20. That'll give you a 20% discount on a 1-year all-inclusive membership to TTG that expires on Friday. I will keep reminding you, all right, because I don't want people are going to message me on Monday. I promise you, people are going to message me on Monday, be like, Mike, can I still get the 20% off? And I'm going to say, I told you 100 times on these videos. So friendly reminder, available until Friday. All right, click on the link in the description below to get all the courses and everything, all the trade lists. Now, let's get to Tesla and APA. We'll start things off with APA. Now, the first thing we need to do is go to the daily chart, right? Because that's the whole point of this lesson. We're going to talk about how to use daily support levels. Here we are with our APA. We're gapping up today, APA. Great news, oil related, really great news. And the first thing that we notice when I draw out my levels, okay, is this support level around 29.70. How do I come up with this level? Where did I come? You see how quickly I just drew that level? And it's identified by prior support. Okay, here's your prior support level in February. You can see it continued to be support in May. Then we broke down that support level, rallied it back in June, and it became resistance in June, not once, not twice, but 3 times resistance in the month of June. Then we have this gap up day where we don't quite even get up to test that level. And today we were gapping above it. So the first thing that we did in the pre-market game plan, every day, guys, pre-market, I go over. I just deleted that line by accident. Every day pre-market, I go over my game plan. It's not just these are the stocks that I'm watching. It's these are the stocks that I'm watching. These are the reasons why I'm watching them, and this is what I expect them to do. And if this happens, I'm doing. If X happens, I'm doing Y. It's my game plan. All right. It's important to go through that and create a game plan, because when your game plan actually starts to come to fruition, it gives you confidence to pull the trigger. So the first thing we do is we identify these levels on the daily chart. Here's my level at 29.70. We're gapping above it, so I'm looking for this level to now become an area of support. Now let's go to the intraday chart. So we already have this level. This level's right here. We go to the intraday chart now. Let's switch to a 3-minute intraday. Here we are, 3-minute intraday. Let's pan over and let's zoom in. What do you guys notice? Look where the low of the day is. Look where the support level is. So on this big gap up on APA, you establish an initial morning high. There's your initial morning high because here's your first pullback. So we can draw our Fibonacci retracement levels out. There's my Fibonacci retracement level. What do you guys notice? In intraday, let me make my fib levels bigger so it's easier for you to see them. There they are. All right. What you notice is the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level lines up with that same level on the daily chart. So here's the support level that we are looking at on the daily chart. All right. Again, well, here, let me make these fib levels smaller again so you guys can see a little bit. That's a little bit better. Those were too big. So you can see here that the 23.6 Fibonacci level lines up with the level on the daily chart to create an area of support. The thing I want you to really take from this video is when you identify a level of significance on the daily chart, you then need to look intraday for signals, indicators, signs that that level that you see on the daily chart is still significant and is still influencing the price action of the stock. And a way to do that is to see what intraday indicators converge on that same price point. So if I see a support level on the daily chart, I'm going to look to see if there's any indicators intraday that line up at that same price point. And today on APA with this gap up, you can see we've got the initial morning low right there. We've got the daily support level right there. And we've got the 23.6 Fibonacci level right there. We form a little bit of a double bottom, and then we get this nice strong green candle that bounces off of this level, showing us and giving us proof and confirmation that the level that we saw on the daily chart pre-market, which lined up with the 23.6 Fibonacci level intraday, this move just showed us and confirmed that that level is in fact still significant. It is still affecting the price action of the stock. It is now time to get long. And even though I did not trade APA, I was focused on small caps. They did not trade well, so I had to really, it was a disciplined sit on your hands type day, and I ended up missing these moves in APA and Tesla. I missed the entries, and then they just started to push higher, and I just decided not to chase the stocks higher. It would have worked to chase both of them higher. Both of them went significantly higher from these points. But after I missed those entries on them, I just had to practice some discipline and sit on my hands. Now, obviously, I wish that I focused on these stocks to begin with, but small caps have traded well over the last couple of weeks. We had a little bit of a bad day on with small caps to start the year. But prior to that, small caps traded very well, and I've been making some good money in small caps. CTIB yesterday was the big win. I made a nice chunk of change on CTIB yesterday. So I was still kind of in small caps and focusing there, and wasn't the place to be today at all. So this APA, worked out beautifully. And what you would have wanted to do at this point would have been to have gotten long right here, and your stop loss would be the low of the day. And as you guys can see, APA continued much, much higher, going all the way up to 32.60. All right, so there would have been the entry. There's your stop loss, and here's this huge move on APA. And it all goes back to the identifying that level. I just moved it again. I keep moving this line. Identifying that level on the daily chart, and then using intraday indicators to confirm that support level, and then give you confirmation that is in fact now a buy signal, and it's time to get long. And you can see APA, the monster move today. Okay, now we'll go over to Tesla. Same situation here with Tesla. Okay, Tesla gapped up today to all-time highs. So I go to the daily chart. Got to go to the daily chart. You can see here, Tesla gapped up to all-time highs. So what do? If you're gapping up to all-time highs, what is your next little area of support? It's going to be the prior all-time high. There's your prior all-time high right there. There's your prior all-time high. So when we gapped above it, I just drew a line right across that prior high pre-market and said, there's my potential support level if we get a pullback on Tesla. All right, there it is. So now what we do here, I take it out to now the intraday chart. And now again, there's the line that I drew on the daily chart. As I pan this out, you can see here it is, the prior all-time high. I drew a line right across that level. Same thing, okay? Look for an intraday indicator that lines up with that daily chart. And then when you see that price action and proof of support, that's your buying signal. So you can see here's that level on the daily chart. And what do we notice? We pull in off the bell, all-time high, we pull in, and look where we find support. This is not coincidence. But what do you notice? The trade line lined up perfectly with the previous all-time high. And when we got this strong engulfing candle, this bounce candle, let me zoom in so we can take a closer look at this. Let me delete this little circle. Look at how strong of a bounce we got off of that previous high. Completely engulfed this prior candle. That's a nice, strong, engulfing candle. That is your proof and your evidence, your confirmation that that prior high, which is the support level that you identified pre-market on the daily chart, is in fact still significant. It is still support. And we got confirmation on that with that price action. But you also had the trade line, which is the 9 exponential moving average, the yellow line on my screen, line up at that same price point to create an added level of support. And that was the buying signal. Anywhere in this region becomes an acceptable entry. And you guys can see Tesla went back to test the highs of the day, broke through the highs, and then gave you a real nice squeeze up to 471. That would have been a really, really, really nice trade. This is a big move for Tesla as the short squeeze continues. Now, again, I didn't trade either one of these guys. I'm not making this video to say, hey, look at the trades that I nailed today. I'm making this video because these are great lessons. These are great lessons. And even though I didn't trade them and it was a very non-event day for me, it doesn't mean that there's still not really good lessons that I want to take from the day to share with you. This is what we do, all day, every day in TTG is go over lessons like this, even though it may not be, obviously we always recap and go over all of my actual trades, but when it's a very inactive day, I'll still take the time to find, and talk about and go over lessons that you can take away from the trading day. You forever have to be a student of the market. You always need to be learning. You always need to be asking questions. You always need to be getting better. All right. Never just think that you're a masterful trader and you never need to do any more work. You're forever going to be a student of the market. I've been doing this 15 years. I'm still a student. All right. So I hope this video helps. This is a really good way for you guys to give you confidence to buy and trade off of levels on the daily chart. Now, the same goes for resistance levels. If you see resistance levels on the daily chart, you look for intraday indicators that would show you areas of resistance to maybe either short a stock, or the same strategy applies if you flip it the other way around. For this lesson, this examples, we're talking about going long. I hope this helps. I'll see you guys in chat tomorrow. Take care.